Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Pete from PeteHusband.com. It is here on day 76, I'll call it. Day 76. Hanging out here at my parents' house, back where I grew up. This is Bell Street. If you guys don't know, it's a very Asian backyard, which means it's like a lot of plants and gardening. No matter where you go, you know a Filipino lives in your area if there's a Virgin Mary and 1,000 flowers. So, look around. That's a million flowers, a million pots, a garden that's gonna grow some vegetabilis inside there, and some other random shit. But wanted to make sure I got on my video kick, and I sat down with my father today, and he told me a story. And there's a lot of times that we sit down and we talk about how we struggle and how we try to be better and how to, you know, just like we obsess our lives with, oh, pity me this, pity me that, right? And he told me a story about how he was fortunate enough to go to college in the Philippines. So to go to university or go to college, usually I think it's about 15 years old, right? Not even. There's no like high school, college. It's pretty much no middle school. So 2 years younger, they're already heading out into the city if they can to go to college. And his dad, my grandfather, had enough money to send him, and borrowed money and worked to send him to pay for his way to go to college. Now, housing he couldn't pay for, and that was the issue. So he lived with his uncle at the time, and his uncle was in Manila. His uncle was a tailor, a tailoring shop, and for 4 years he lived there. You know, did some chores, did some cleaning up, did some work, did some babysitting. Didn't get paid for it, but just did it for housing. And he started to go into tears, and he started crying, right? And it kind of brought me to tears because it always affects me when I see my father or my mother cry. It was very emotional for me. And the reason he was crying was because it was so hard, you know? He went from stricken poverty, not having anything, not even having a toilet to piss in, no running water, nothing, right? Nothing. There's no resources out there. You have to find your own food, you have to do whatever you had and not waste anything. And the reason he started crying was because he said for 4 years, his bed was 2 tables put together. He had to take 2 tables, which had sewing machines on them, wooden tables, smush them together, and put a blanket over it. For 4 years, when he went to school, that's what he slept on. And I'm sitting here complaining about whatever it is. Sure, what I'm complaining about now is 10 times different than what it is, but I'm not even talking about that stress. I'm talking about complaining that, oh, the weather is bad, or, oh, I'm not as successful as I should be, or, oh, my body doesn't look the way I want. I'm complaining about petty ass shit when this man went from 0 to having a house, to having a family, to having an education. You know, almost like a couldn't happen story. Whereas inevitably, you're not really getting anything out there. You're not guaranteed a job. You're not guaranteed college. You're not guaranteed anything after high school. Sometimes not even high school, right? Because you have to work. You got to pay your way, or you got to do what you got to do. And we're sitting here. I'm complaining about I don't have gas money. I'm complaining about I don't know what other stupid little things I could complain about. And this guy for 4 years slept on a table that probably that look better than that. He said it looks something like this, and I'll show it to you right here. Here you go. Like that. Okay? 2 of those, and he covered it with a blanket. And then he finally got a pillow and a blanket to cover him, but he really didn't need it, he said, because it's warm out there. So every time now that I'm going to think about complaining, I'm going to think about the story that he just told me. And it's going to bring me to tears because I'm proud of him as well. Okay, I'm proud of the accomplishments he's done. College education, came over here on a whim. Who in their right mind would just fly to America and figure it out? You know, it takes a lot of guts. And I guess I know where I get it from. So think about that next time you want to, complain about the weather or complain about the car you drive because it's not fast enough, or complain about the food that you can't have. It just doesn't make sense anymore, especially to me. So have a good day, guys, and if you want, maybe talk to your parents, see what their story is. You'll never know until you ask. Have a good day. This is Pete, PeteEsp.com, day 76. Peace out.